Hello everyone, this is Max. You are watching EquityMatch online live pitch event. Today, as always, we have 4 founders coming from all Europe and US. Today, I'm recording from Malta, where EquityMatch.co has opened its new headquarters for Europe. So before introducing our founders, unfortunately, we had a problem with our investor guest. Didn't come today for having a setback. This can happen in life, but the show must go on, so we keep going without any problem. What matters that all founders are here, so we can showcase the great startups and moving forward. And hopefully, you will enjoy the show. So let's start. And I'm starting introducing our first founder, which is James Simpson. James Simpson is the CEO, co-founder and founder of Copper Candle. The headquarters is in London, United Kingdom. The sector is creative technology, a pre-seed of £1 million. Thank you for coming, James, and welcome. If you want to give an introduction to yourself, and after we move to the pitch. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Max. It's great to be here. So we are Copper Candle. We are a creative technology company based in the UK, and we're trying to do something really exciting and innovative. We are trying to bring live events and music into Fortnite. So let me explain what this is all about and why we're doing it. So first of all, why are we trying to get into the metaverse? Well, for a start, there's a lot of people that can't go to live events. There are 3 million people in the UK alone who have social anxiety that prevents them from going to see a live music gig. Some people can't get to see live music gigs because they physically can't. They either have disabilities or they have financial impediments, or maybe they're just too far away from the gig to get to it. However, the music industry is vital. It's a huge economy for any country, and small venues are closing. The Gen Z market that we currently rely on for our music industry audiences are not willing to go to live events anymore. More than 53% of them say they would actually rather go to see an online event. So that's where we come in. We're taking all of our experience, knowledge of live events and theatre, and we're putting it into Fortnite. This is a computer game that has 800 million registered players. It's almost the size of a small continent. These people come to Fortnite to socialize, to engage with each other, and to basically get some sort of entertainment. Our projection is that we could make more than $20 million a year just on the Fortnite payout system alone, but we could go beyond that by leveraging revenue opportunities such as sponsorship and advertising. It's a fantastic platform that's available on any device. It's free to use, so it's fully accessible to the whole world. What do we do though? So we have created a patented tech stack that can work in 2 different ways. First of all, we're working with emerging artists. These are the people that can't get found easily. There are thousands and thousands of these people who want to be in Fortnite. So we can work with them either by sending us a video from their home that we can convert into a 3D avatar, or we can go to their gig and use our own tech stack to capture the gig in the moment with all the lighting and the sound information and use that to package our product. We have a lot of very interesting competitors, but they can't do what we do. iHeartRadio, Spotify, they produce massive concerts, but they have to build them from scratch. Whereas we can use our existing knowledge of live events technology to be able to really leverage the creative skills that come from the industry. There's lots of really interesting figures I could give you about why the market's so great, but the one that I want to really draw you onto is the one on the bottom right, which is why lots of the music artists really want to engage in live events in the metaverse. So Marshmello, who did the first ever Fortnite gig, he had 24,000% increase on his YouTube streams, 20,000% increase in his Spotify streams. These numbers are not unknown to the musicians, and they all want to get in on this. As a result, we have a queue of musicians who want to be with us. There's 800 million people in Fortnite ready to engage with musicians, and we have musicians queuing up to be part of it. We're in the middle making this happen. We have a lot of existing traction on this already. We've been developing this product for six years now, since 2019. We have been part of many funded applications, included Innovate UK from the UK government. We've recently come off the BPI growth cohort. We've been part of the Creative UK programme. We have got our patents granted and licenses, as well as LOIs with some major media players. Our team is no word of a lie. We have over 100 years of experience between us working in live events. Myself, I came from opera, ballet, and West End theatre, commercial theatre. I have over 200 West End credits to my name as a creative technologist. Our rights lawyer, Greg, is one of the people who we rely on to make sure we get the music licenses sorted. In the 1970s, he was part of creating the MTV franchise, which sort of gives an impression of where we're going now, because MTV was the 1970s and the metaverse is a 2026. We're pitching to raise £1 million in pre-seed value. This would take us all the way to being fully revenue generating and profitable by the end of 2027. What this will allow us to do is to be able to purchase the team we need to be able to invest into the skills to get rid of that churn that we're trying to manage. Currently, we have, as I said, thousands of musicians that are in our queue, 800 million people in the audience. And what we need now is enormous growth and scale of our own business in order to be able to deal with the demand that we're experiencing. If you would like to find out more information about our products, you can come and visit us at Copper Candle or see our product, Copper House, which is our first fortnight published island. And stay tuned for many more exciting metaverse live events coming in the future.
Thank you, James. Very well done in terms of timing and pitching. Let me start with the concept of metaverse. There are several companies. Meta probably is the biggest one, who retrieves a lot from metaverse, spending tons of billions until AI came, redesign or everything from scratch, and they moved all the money to AI. Practically, metaverse has been disappearing. Are you confident?
Very confident.
Moving all your effort on the metaverse?
Yes, I mean, this narrative about the metaverse is, I hear it a lot around the investment circles, and I think it's because people focus a lot on these really big numbers and what the industry is putting into it. But I draw you back to where Fortnite is. Fortnite is a metaverse platform. Ignore the word if you don't like it. We can call it music and gaming. It is 800 million people engaging in a platform. You can't deny the scale of that. It's bigger than Sky, CNN, BBC combined as audience viewers in terms of the number of people that are engaging in this platform. So as a media platform, it's huge. Now, if you call it the metaverse and we don't like the metaverse, then fine, we will call it something else. And this is what I say to everybody, that the terminology is one thing. The reality is something very different. Meta has invested billions of dollars into the metaverse, but they were specifically focused on virtual reality. We're not. We're focusing on how we can get games to be able to play music and live events so they can be more accessible to the millions of people that want access to it.
I think I get disconnected for a few seconds.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, yes.
Perfect. I mean, I agree, and for sure, Fortnite is an absolutely massive platform. Metaverse or not, there is no discussion about this. In terms of integration, I'm curious, how do you integrate?
How do we integrate our technologies, do you mean?
Yeah.
Yes. So our background is live events. We sit behind the lighting desks. We understand the signals that go around. Our patent is actually a new form of protocol that we use within the live events industry, and that's because we understand that technology. So the integration is actually quite simple, but the maths is very clever. What we do is we use the existing technology of the live events industry, so the lighting consoles, the video consoles, the sound systems. We'll capture all that data during the gig. So we bake it all down, and we use Unreal Engine to do this. So this all goes into Unreal Engine, which is part of the Epic Games ecosystem, and ultimately it all gets shipped up to Fortnite. There's just a button that says publish. We publish it up to our island. The motion capture is actually the really innovative bit at the moment. There's a new type of technology that's really emerging, and we're at the forefront of this. It's markerless motion capture. So I can do a full motion capture of a band without them having to wear the suits with the dots, which means that we don't have to interfere with a live gig. We don't have to have them wear something that they would look odd in, when they're in front of their audience. And then we can use that data to live stream it down into Unreal Engine. Currently, we're not publishing these live. They get worked into a much more higher fidelity performance, and then we publish it up into Fortnite. And eventually, though, the plan is that we can be doing live streaming into Fortnite and other platforms, because our technology is agnostic. We could also expand into Roblox, we could expand into Minecraft, and not even live music. Maybe we could start to explore sports and entertainment of all sorts. It could go really, really far.
I saw your competitor chart, and you're on the right alone. Everyone is on the left. Can you explain to me exactly how do you compete with this guy? What's your advantage?
Well, we have two USPs over all of the incumbents. First of all, we had the tech. We've got this patent that allows us to do this very efficient method of being able to capture all of that data and using that to build the game engine technology. So all of our competitors would have to spend, in some cases, millions of dollars on game developers and 3D art to be able to create the looks that we would do instantly by using the skills and the talents that I've already used to create the gig. We're basically creating a copy of it. The other thing that's our USP is that we are targeting the emerging market. No one else is doing that. We're the first to try that. The reputation of Fortnite has been built on the fact that they spent $20-30 million bringing artists like Travis Scott and Ariana Grande into Fortnite. It's what they're most famous for. But if you're an emerging artist, there's no way for you to access it. So we act as the pivot for that, allow these people to come in, and that means we can create a critical mass of artists in a single location in Fortnite. And we see it working like a music festival or a radio station where you have a choice of artists to go and experience. You can go and explore and discover new music rather than having one musician thrusted on you, because that's the choice that Fortnite wanted to work with.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me, James?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Because sometimes I don't know, I lose you. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Yeah, because sometimes I can't see you. What about your funding round? And after I'm closing with a bit of scaling, you are raising 1 million, 4 million pre-money valuation, which is giving up in your pre-seed stage already 20% of the company, roughly. I mean, it depends which kind of instrument you're going to use after. Are these money enough? Are you sure you can go up to generating revenue and covering 24 months of runway?
Yeah, so well, the first thing to say is we're already revenue generating. We're already making money. So this is about scaling so where we can take ourselves beyond where we're currently at. As a company, our overheads are low because we're working with this very efficient process. We will be making money as we grow as well. So that £1 million will expand to cover a lot of our new costs that we're generating. But what we really need here is, sort of the shot in the arm. It's the adrenaline pump that we need to get us the boost right now to be able to take hold of it all. We've done a very, very thorough analysis of our costs and our revenue potential over the next 24 months. Our plan is to go to a seed or pre-seed plus sort of round of another £2 million in 18 months to 24 months time, subject to how well our raise goes and the scaling. The eventual plan is to exit maybe with an incumbent taking our technology, one of these big players will be hopefully interested in our technology and the way that we do things and our existing traction. So we may even be exiting quite quickly, depending on how fast we grow.
But you already generate revenue. So how do your business model works? How do you make money?
We've got a couple of different technologies already. These have been white labeled out to other companies. So if somebody wants to use our skills and technology in creating Fortnite experiences, we work as a service supplier. So in this way, we're able to take on clients effectively and deliver work. The learnings from that, the experience that we get, as well as the profit that we get from those projects, is able to be reinvested back into our product.
James, unfortunately, we can't go any longer because we have another 2-3 funders coming after you. But thank you so much. Please stay because we are bringing you back for the final.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks to you. I'm moving to second funder. Wally Shari, founder and CEO of Follow Up Now, headquartered is Florida States, B2B SaaS pre-seed of $350K in USD. How's it going, Wally?
It's going well. Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. Thank you for coming. Actually, yeah, the second time. You've been with us already. Please, give an introduction to yourself, and after you can go straight to the speech.
All right. So 2.5 years ago, I attended a hackathon, actually in hopes of networking with people to introduce them to the networking groups I was building. I was hesitant at first because as an IT consulting, hack was a bad word. But to my surprise, I learned all about this startup world. And I was telling a guy next to me about my idea, and he sent me to a local innovation center. I applied to their ideation program. And now I would like to present to you the results of that fateful day. 40 million professionals, just like us, attend networking events, shaking hands, exchanging cards, and looking for new opportunities. But here's the thing. We're all great at meeting new people, terrible at the follow-up. 91% of professionals never follow up. This means lost revenue, wasted networking efforts, and referral opportunities that vanish. Why do we struggle with the follow-up? We don't have enough time. We don't have a good system, and we simply don't know what to say. No tool right now exists to help us capture, nurture, and monetize relationships until now. My name is Wally Sharif, founder of Follow Up Now. It's the first professional relationship management mobile app and platform for relationship-focused professionals that attend networking events to generate business. Our vision is to help them build, maintain, and monetize their networks. And our mission is to provide them the tools, resources, and knowledge to generate at least $1,000 a month while using the platform. And it starts with our mobile app that scans paper and digital business cards, QR codes from LinkedIn, Instagram, and WhatsApp, and stores that information into an AI-powered database that you can interact with, and then sends personalized follow-up message the next day with a "How can I help?" approach to generate business and referral opportunities. We're selling into a $65 billion industry. That's professional networking with no true leader. LinkedIn, yeah, they have 230 million US professionals on its platform, but over 40 million of us attend networking events each year. But our initial focus is on entrepreneurs, sales reps, consultants, small business owners, which represents a serviceable market of about 10 million potential users. And we can get to 1 million professionals within the first 5 years for $180 million in annual recurring revenue. Our go-to-market strategy is simple. We meet professionals where they network, by partnering, sponsoring, and revenue sharing with business expos, chambers of commerce, and professional organizations that already have millions of professionals that they can connect us with. We run a simple B2B subscription model for individual professionals, not corporate sales teams. So users own their data and network to take with them wherever they go. And we have 2 tiers, $14.99 a month to build and maintain, while our $49.99 a month tier brings affiliate marketing and referral program management to professionals, entrepreneurs, and small business owners. Existing solutions, failing professional networkers. Digital business cards capture info, but they don't follow up. CRMs focus on sales pipelines, not relationships. LinkedIn, BNI, and Alignable are for relationships only. Follow Up Now is an end-to-end solution to help professionals connect easily, follow up quickly to nurture and monetize their relationships. And as Follow Up Now expands and scale, we're going to assemble a high-impact fractional team first, which includes experts with decades of experience in technology, AI, and business operations. And I will lead as founder and CEO with over 20 years as an IT consultant, business development specialist, and referral marketing consultant. Since March 2023, I've raised $20K from my network, expanded my knowledge through ideation, incubator, and entrepreneurship programs. We were able to launch our MVP in November of 2024, have more than 400 downloads just using Founder Hustle and My Local Reach. And we've now started version 2, which is going to be offered for sale. But now we're raising $350K at a $5 million post-money valuation, which gives early investors a 7% equity stake. And we don't plan to raise additional rounds. So this is a rare opportunity to get in early and hold a meaningful position without going dilution. We reach our goal of a $1 billion valuation, that could be worth $70 million or 200x return. If you're interested in how we plan to achieve that, let's schedule a face-to-face meeting. So join us as we blend face-to-face interaction and AI-powered technology to reimagine professional networking. Because your network is your net worth. Fortune is follow.
Thank you, Wally. Let me start with your competitors. I mean, you start in 2024. Don't get me wrong, but 400 is a small number in almost 2 years. Almost 2 years, depending when you start in 2024. How do you actually, what's your go-to-market? I mean, and how do you find your market fit? Because 400 is not telling you that much.
Yes. So like I said, just using My Local Reach, which was attending networking events, sponsoring networking events, hosting networking events, putting on workshops with just me, doing that since November 2024 and now, just My Local Reach here in Fort Lauderdale area. And we've been able to get great traction. Just recently, we started working on scalable options by doing some LinkedIn thought leader ads, which has increased and got us more downloads than what I was able to do on our own. So since then, there's also the Small Business Expo, which has access to over 1 million professionals in 17 cities each year. Putting money into those different avenues is going to expose us to more professionals, and more of those professionals will be able to be exposed and get to learn what Follow Up Now is about, and we'll be able to get more downloads from there. So really the scalable models of connecting with these larger organizations is how we're going to scale up to that 1 million.
Wait, you're using large organization as a gate to the market, but it's a B2C. You're pretty much talking to professionals, so person by person. Based on my experience, it's very costly. B2C, it's a tough market, very costly, very market intensive, very, economically, you need to spend money to market. Now, do you think going through these corporations, it's enough, or you need to mass marketing outreach, which is 350K, maybe it's not enough?
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, in addition to Chambers of Commerce, which has hundreds or thousands of members that we can get in front of. And that's why we say we're B2B, because we're in the market where there's other professionals at. So if we connect with a Chamber of Commerce and they're promoting us as the official networking app for their chamber, because they don't have the tech. Now, with members coming to the site, they can download, pay for the app, and the chamber can get a cut of that. Or these other networking organizations, there's quite a few local ones. That's where I'm at, Networking Beats, Biz to Biz, these kind of organizations. We can still be the official networking app. But one of the biggest ones is that Business Expo, where they even have a mailing list that just goes out to professionals and entrepreneurs. They have a mailing list of about 1.7 million that we can get to on a bi-weekly basis for only $540 a month. So we're consistently in front of professionals as the only company that helps people connect, follow up, and nurture relationships. So that 350 can go a long way in getting us where we need to go.
But why you want to close the door to next rounds? I mean, if you're, let's say investors will accept your valuation, you're just giving up 7% of the company. So you can easily go up to 20, 30% without any problem. With much more money, you can scale much faster.
We have a plan in place where we won't need additional funding. So any investor that gets in early, they won't get diluted. You get 7% now. By the time we go A, B, C, you're down to 3%. So we have a great plan in place where we can be profitable with that 350K and continue to scale ourselves with the money that we're able to build in. That's my plan. Hey, I'm new at this. So that may not be the case when we get a year and a half down the line, but based on our plans and what we're looking at, I think we have a great shot at that.
In terms of your base, I mean, you're based in the US, where indeed is the biggest market for launching a product and for scaling a product. But do you want to scale predominantly in the US, or you want to move outside? What's your plan?
Actually, yes. So of course, US is the first market. But when we're looking at one of our competitors, which is BNI, the world's largest referral marketing organization, which brings professionals together to build relationships, to generate business, they're in 77 countries around the world. And they have over 33,000 chapters. So what we're doing is similar to what they do, but they don't have the technology. They don't have the ability to connect. They have the ability to build relationships, but they don't have the ability to monetize. So networking is worldwide. And wherever professionals are networking, we will be the official networking app of that organization or that country. So starting in US, and I'm just talking US numbers. Of course, UK is next, and then we can continue on from there. And those numbers just go right on up.
Well, thank you so much. Unfortunately, we don't have too much time, but please stay because we are bringing you back for the final. Anybody who wants to make any question to our founders, please just go for it and we bring your question to them. And meanwhile, I'm moving to founder number 3, which is Mukisha Yeshua William, Principal Fund Executive Director of Bullride Investment Group. Headquarters is Kampala, Uganda, major acquisition, hospital and healthcare and telemedicine. A seed of 5 million. How's it going, Mukisha?
Hello. It's going very well. How is it with you, Max?
Oh, good.
My name is
Thank you
Mr. Joshua William. Indeed.
Please go.
I'm delighted to be here. Sure. I'm Mukisa Joshua William, the Principal and Founding Executive Director at the Banrati Investment Group. We aim to dominate and consolidate the billion-dollar African healthcare sector through the merger and acquisitions of small and medium-sized health businesses and attain a billion-dollar valuation by 2031 with an annual revenue of $500 million by 2032, while positioning ourselves as the leading healthcare provider, researcher, influencer, and health technology giant on the African continent by 2033. Since we aim to acquire stable and profitable businesses with a high internal rate on return of 50% and a high profit margin of 20 to 4%, our goal is readily attainable, sustainable, and scalable. An opportunity has been presented to us in the form of a highly fragmented Ugandan healthcare sector and on the African continent too. Over 2,000 private for-profit healthcare businesses exist in Uganda alone, which provides us with a great opportunity for consolidation and exponential growth. That is to say, growing at a rate of 65% per annum in revenue. Major players like the International Medical Group, International Air Ambulance, HCA Columbia Healthcare Africa, or CVS Healthcare have to endure a lot of red tape because they cannot truly connect with the local Ugandan culture, which to us is an advantage of closing deals as fast as humanly possible due to our proximity with the sellers and the fact that we are placing Africa first. We aim to encourage innovation and the protection of intellectual property and patent rights by our members and the establishment of solid partnerships with the governments and the beneficiaries. Our focus on growth through mergers and acquisitions means simply we are in business the moment we step on day one. With a board comprised of Big Four executives, industrial experts, Fortune 500 C-suite professionals, health professionals, and persons with gravitas, nothing can stand in our way. The entire global $1 trillion healthcare sector and Africa's $259 billion total addressable market is undergoing massive consolidation. And this is an opportunity, a wave, a window we cannot miss. The last major occurrence of this magnitude was in the 1930s with the massive chaos due to the surrounding wars and earlier Spanish flu. By focusing simply on mergers and acquisitions, we eliminate the tenuous and often catastrophic experience of growing one hospital at a time. Here, in an instant, we can dominate an entire industry from a myriad of angles, such as service provision, research, innovation, and service delivery, or controlling the supply of medical devices too. I have talked to numerous owners of healthcare businesses, and none has turned down my offer to acquire their businesses. Our traction is attained from the credibility of our board, which gives us a combined experience of over 250 years and speaks to our trustworthiness in the eyes of potential target acquisitions, financiers, government, and also guarantees our success and growth potential. Through the domination and consolidation of the Ugandan healthcare sector, we shall possess the largest and most substantial market share of 50% by 2032, with our investment group attaining high growth rates of 65% per annum, with a strong acquisition pipeline on the continent, a monopoly of industrial experts with strong patent portfolios, and a low churn rate. The specific combination of our 50% market share shall generate a constant revenue stream to sustain the quality of our services and the profitability of our venture, thus creating revenue for our board members. Our fast-paced culture that aims to deliver shall be second to none and clearly unbeatable. The acquisition of stable and profitable businesses guarantees us a solid growth forecast of 500% within the next 5 years. Our effective distribution channels, acquired from partnerships with global distributors and doing business in multiple geographies, shall enable us to capture this multi-billion-dollar market, transforming us into a global healthcare player because of our voracious acquisition of targets in line with our acquisition, vision, mission, and goals, all founded on a solid, experienced, effective, and visionary team. We are raising $5 million to ensure that we bring this vision to pass. Our operational shortlist, therefore, is geared towards 1. Increasing the revenues and exceeding the projected revenue plan. 2. Increasing efficiencies and effectiveness of revenue-generating employees, mission-critical processes, workflow and related operations, procurement, capital resources, and customer-facing services. And 3. Cutting and or containing costs and moving away from unpredictable expenses and toward accurate forecasted budgets. This shall be done while staying in compliance with our corporate culture on critical decisions and staying on the right side of all relevant governmental regulations and the law. With the above shortlist, we shall deliver quality, swift, and accessible healthcare. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mukisha.
You're welcome, Max.
This is where I've been spending 20 years of my life in M&A.
Yeah.
It's a tough thing to do. Consolidate market is very tough, especially when it's too much fragmented. Now, let me start with 5 million. Is 5 million enough for you to consolidate the market, or is it restricted?
So 5 billion shall enable us to acquire our first 10 to 15 businesses, because we are targeting small, medium-sized businesses, and 5 million is enough to give us that step into this space. But later on, it is our plan to raise a $100 million fund to ensure that we can increase the pace at which we close these acquisitions and expand geographically across the continent.
Right. But when it comes to the pipeline, this is something you already have, or you must build up your pipeline. And how do you manage it? How do you run the due diligence? What's the size of the company?
So currently, I've been able to speak with over 60 owners of healthcare businesses in Uganda, and out of them, none has turned down my offer. So from these, we have identified 3 that we can begin with, close immediately as soon as we raise capital, and ensure that we're able to begin on the execution of our vision and mission.
But I mean, when after, let's say you're going to acquire 10 companies, which is I presume they are small SMEs, what do you do after? How do you consolidate? Are you going to match them, or you just consolidate the balance sheet and financial, and you run everything from the top? How do you do this?
So particularly what we are going to do is to have all these businesses operating under one umbrella. We'll bring them under one umbrella, standardize the processes, the operations, the financial accounting, so that it is all being presented as one group, with Banrati Investment Group existing as the parent company, managing them to ensure that the quality of care being delivered across these entire acquired businesses is the same.
And the acquisition is done, how? 51%? How do you acquire them?
So particularly what we are looking at is to acquire businesses 75% and give 25% to the owner of the business to ensure that they stay on for a period of 2 to 3 years, to ensure that the business does not go below the standard that they have developed. And then our team will be able to adopt these mechanisms, look at them, and then improve those businesses so that they can function at the level we have set for ourselves.
But, I mean, just not a precise number, but any idea, the IUM, how much must be in 5-10 years to give you a good return? I mean, to you and to the people who's giving you the money.
So particularly what we're looking at, that we'll be utilizing debt services and motivated sellers, and this shall ensure that we have a 20 to 40% return on investment by many of the people that will inject this particular capital within the period of 3 to 5 years. However, that is on the lower end, and growing to a $500 million acquisition, $500 million revenue, the way we are looking at it is that this may not entirely require acquisition of over 2,000 businesses, because across Africa, over 100,000 businesses exist and are ripe for acquisition. So from these, we can acquire 50 businesses that are generating $10 million annually, and we'll be able to hit our revenue target. So utilizing the equity capital of their investment, leveraging the motivated sellers and debt financing, we're able to ensure that we have a high return on investment of 20 to 40%.
So the IRR is how much per year?
So what we are looking at is growing annually at 65% in revenue to ensure that we're able to hit our targets at the end of the 3 to 5 year period.
And the performance is given by revenue, or because you're going to sell the companies? How do you structure this?
So particularly what we are looking at, closing on the businesses, we're looking at 50 businesses that we can acquire, generating $10 million in revenue. That would enable us to net the $500 million in annual revenue within the 3 to 5 year period. And from that, we are tracking our growth revenue-wise each year in that period of time. So that right now, we have not yet closed any position, but looking at the various years as we proceed, we'll be able to know that this is how much revenue we have acquired. So we are looking at the first year, acquiring $16 million in revenue, and then expanding on that within the second year by doubling the acquisition rate to ensure that we grow to over $50 to $100 million in revenue. What we shall do then further is to further refine the team to ensure that we can position ourselves to tackle larger acquisitions so that we can meet our timeline of generating the $500 million in revenue at the end of the 3 to 5 years.
Tough, but absolutely good luck, Mukisha. And please stay. Don't go because we're bringing you back. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm moving to our last, but of course not the least, founder Alexander Abalakim, co-founder of Defense Fair, Defense Tech System SL. Valencia, Spain is headquarters, cybersecurity is the sector, a pre-seed of 350,000 euro. How's it go, Alexander?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Hello, Max. Hello, everyone from sunny Valencia.
Thank you for coming. Please, it's all up to you. Give an intro and go straight to pitch.
Yeah, I'm Alexander Balakin, and I'm a co-founder and commercial director of Defense Fair. We are an AI-powered platform that helps companies stay secure and compliant with new strict European regulations. Basically, we make compliance security automatic and affordable. European business are in crisis. New law like NS2 and DORA are now mandatory. If you fail to comply, the fines are massive, up to 10 million euros for a single company. But businesses can't find experts to help them. This is a shortage of 3 million professionals globally. They have no budget, no experts, and no time. They are stuck. Defense Fair is solution. We are your 24/7 AI cybersecurity copilot. Our platform automatically scans your infrastructure, identifies gaps, and gives you audit reports in one touch. As you can see in the demo, it's simple and intuitive. It's not just for IT experts, it's for business owners who wants to save up to 7% of their costs. The GRC market is really huge, heading to 158 billion euros. Right now, our focus is the Europe. The demand is driven by law. Our model is very simple. It's a SaaS, a subscription. We start at 99 a month. This makes it very easy for any SMB to start using today as well. We already have strong momentum. We secured 5 pilot clients and strategic partnership with law firm to reach their customers. We are also proud member in INCIBE and Startup Valencia. We are not just idea, we're already in the market, and we top 15 cybersecurity startups in Spain. Let me introduce our team. This is the most important, this part. We have over 20 years of experience each in banking and infrastructure security. Most importantly, we work together more than 10 years at CFT. It's the largest banking software developer in the region of East Europe. We have built a secure system for major banks. We know how handle high security environments because we've done it for decades. Why I believe we will win? Most competitors just give you a manual checklist. That is not really security. Defense Fair use an AI compliance engine to scan your actual infrastructure. Instead of genetic documents, we provide step-by-step hardening guides. We show you exactly how to protect your network and meet the law. We are raising 350 euros for 80 months runaway. We invest. This investment will help us to scale for our first 13 paying B2B customers and reach 105,000 in annual revenue. We will also finalize our AI agent to automate infrastructure mapping and INS alignment. Let's make cybersecurity simple. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alexander. I mean, this is a big topic, and we all know why, but I don't want to walk into politics, so let's stay out for now. Your market is Europe, correct?
Right now we're focusing in Europe, but potentially it's United States, because they have very similar frameworks like SOC 2 in health tech at HIPAA. It's could be South America. Our market very huge, but right now we're focusing in Europe. Yeah.
But how different is the compliance in defense tech between Europe and US? So can you use the same software? How different is the compliance? I mean, in Europe we have pretty tough rules, and I believe in the US are different. Can you adapt to such a different?
Yeah, it's 70% connection with standards. It's very simple. It's very close. ISO 27001 and SOC 2 very close.
That's right. In terms of go-to-market, you have few pilots now.
Yeah.
You're investing 350K. That's enough for your go-to-market?
Yeah, because right now we already we discussion with few companies about our product, and I hope we will get them. We are currently focusing on pre-seed startup because they already have funds and understanding they need to go to enterprise. They need to be cybersecurity compliant and need certificated ISO 27001, and we helping them achieve that. It's currently in talks with startups from Finland, from France, right now from Madrid. Yeah, I think we could take this market.
So your focus is on startups, defense tech startups.
Right now, yes, but potentially it's could be all market, because if we take any banks, every his vendors must be compliant. They are potentially all our clients. It could be a startup, it could be just small business, for everyone.
But you must adapt, I presume. I mean, moving from defense tech to any other business, some kind of adjustment must be done, I presume.
No, because they need documentation, they need regulations, they need cybersecurity. If you take startup and small business, they're very close together.
So, but what's your edge? I mean, what's your advantage? Your competitive advantage towards your any competitors you have? You mentioned already in somehow, but how less tech they are? Because nowadays technology is almost adopted by anybody. I mean, I'm talking about AI, which is mostly everywhere I see, good and bad, depending how we see it. But are you sure you can be so competitive versus them?
Yeah. Because our competitors mostly like Vanta and Rata, they target mostly on the US market. And we focusing on European regulation right now and real risk management, ensuring data certainly and scaling through legal and consulting partners. I think with this strategy, we could take
I mean, if I
one
can,
part.
if I can advise, I will actually start from Europe and stay a couple of years here. And after maybe you can move to the UK when your shoulders are very strong, because I believe two markets are very different. And the US is very, very competitive. We are going to compete with strong startup with a lot of funding. If you go there with little funding, because 380K is very little. I hope you can make it, but for me it's little. And the difference is massive in terms of how the market works between the US and Europe. And competing in the US with this level of funding, I'm not sure it's a good idea, but of course, you're the founder, you decide. But thank you so much for coming. Stay here, don't go, because we are bringing all the three founders right now as we are heading to the closing. And let me start with James. James, 10 seconds, nothing more, because we need to close. Convince all the investors watching, why did she give you the money?
Well, this is an opportunity to be part of something really special. It's not just about a business opportunity. This is about being part of the new sector of media and entertainment and leaving a mark. So I hope that people will want to join with me and be part of that experience.
Thank you so much, James. Wally.
If you had the opportunity to invest in LinkedIn while it was still a guppy, would you do it? This is your opportunity. Of all the major players, LinkedIn is the one professional network that doesn't have serious competition. But now they do. Follow up now.
Thank you, Wally. Mukisha.
Yes, we are building the largest powerhouse in African health. We are entering a highly augmented $150 billion market with a clear consolidation strategy through mergers and acquisitions. You have the opportunity to step in while we are still on the ground, because as soon as we take off, we would have left you miles behind.
Thank you so much, Mukisha. Alexander, please close.
What motivates me personally is the power of AI to simply what has been overcomplicated to decide decades. Compliance and cyber laws have become a nightmare for business owners. I truly believe that with the right technology, simply can be effective. We are here to clear the house and help people focus on their business, while our AI handles the rest. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Alexander. Thank you so much, Alexander, James, Wally, and Mukisha for coming today. It's been, as always, an absolute pleasure for me to support you, to listen to you, and I really hope all of you can make it. To all watching today and going to our YouTube channel or in the library of EquityMatch.com, because all these videos are shown in our library as well. You can get in touch with all the founders directly. We are not charging a single penny. So if you want to come to us, we are more than happy to make an introduction. If you want to go directly to them, absolutely do it. That's why we give all the information live. And thank you again, guys, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.